Hello, good afternoon everyone. This is lecture 2 of fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines. In the last class we studied fluid properties. The first fluid property was density, which is given as mass by volume. Second property is specific weight, which is weight by volume, and if you further divide we get rho into G. Next is specific volume, which is volume by mass or 1 by rho, and the fourth property which we studied is specific gravity, which is density by density of water. Okay, these are the four properties of fluid which we studied in the last class. So you'll have to remember these basic formulas also. We'll be solving one more problem so that you'll be able to understand in a better way. Okay, so let's take one more problem. Calculate specific weight, comma weight, specific weight, density and specific volume of 1 liter of petrol which has specific gravity 0.7. Okay, let's take one more problem. Calculate specific weight, density and specific volume of 1 liter of petrol which has specific gravity 0.7. So let's write down the given data. Given 1 liter of petrol is given, so volume is given as 1 liter. So we have a relation between liter and meter cube. So 1 liter, so in order to convert 1 liter into meter cube, we have 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liters. So in place of liter, I can write down 1 by 1000 meter cube. So 1 by 1000 meter cube. Okay, so that is 10 power minus 3 meter cube. So volume is given as 1 liter, which is 10 power minus 3 meter cube. Next, specific gravity is given in the question. So specific gravity is equals to 0.7. You have to find out specific weight. Okay, so specific weight, what is the formula of specific weight? Weight by volume or rho into G. Any of these two formulas can be used. Okay, so specific weight, I told you whenever specific gravity is given, you can find out what? You can find out density, because specific gravity implies density by density of, what is this liquid? This liquid is petrol. So density of petrol by density of water is equals to 0.7. What is the formula of specific gravity? So specific gravity of petrol has been given in the question. So specific gravity of petrol is equals to 0.7, which means density of petrol by density of water is equals to 0.7, because the formula of specific gravity is density of that matter by density of water. So density of petrol by density of water is equals to 0.7, which means density of petrol, what is the density of water? 1000. So 0.7 into 1000 will be 700 kg per meter cube. So indirectly, whenever he is giving you specific gravity in the question, if you multiply it with 1000, you will get density. Remember this, while solving problems, we will be doing this step number of times. So whenever specific gravity is given, just multiply it with 1000, you will get density of that matter. So specific gravity of petrol is given as 0.7. So density of petrol is 700 kg per meter cube. Okay, so specific weight is, what are the two formulas of specific weight? Either W by V or rho into G. Since I have the value of rho, I will be using this formula rho into G. So rho of petrol is how much? 700 into G is 9.81. Please find out this value in the calculator, you will get specific weight. Okay, so next is specific weight you got, density also you got. Next is specific volume. So specific volume is volume by mass or 1 by rho, because mass by volume is density. So it's the reciprocal of density. So once we get the value of density, we can find out all the remaining properties. So this is 1 by 700. So what are the units of specific weight? Specific weight general formula is weight by volume, so Newton by meter cube. And what are the units of specific volume? Whatever the answer you get, that answer meter cube by kg. Okay, so if you have not gone through the previous video, so just go through the previous video so that you can understand how I am solving this problem. So I'll explain next property of the fluid, which is called as viscosity. The next property of fluid is viscosity. Okay. Viscosity is a property of fluid which indicates or measures the resistance to flow. So more viscous means more stickiness. So you will have to apply more force in order to bring the liquid in motion. So this property indicates or measures the resistance to flow. More viscous means more stickiness. And it is because of this property is because of cohesive force of attraction between molecules. So in short, viscosity means stickiness. So whenever I say a fluid is more viscous means it is more sticky. So what will happen if the fluid is more sticky? For example, I am moving my hand in air. I can easily move my hand in air. If same hand I am moving in water, a little bit more force has to be applied in order to move that water. If I am moving my hand in honey, still I require more force than the water the force which I was applying for water. More than that force I have to apply in order to move that liquid. So because the reason is because honey is more viscous than water and water is more viscous than air. So it is because of the cohesive force of attraction between molecules. This is very important. Often people get confused with the resistance. They often think that resistance here is the case as the case which was in friction. The frictional resistance is very much different than the viscous resistance. In order to understand in a better way, let's take one simple example. Let's say this is ground, and on this ground you have water. So this is water. So when you are trying to move water, okay, one is the resistance within the water, within this liquid, which is because of the molecular forces of attraction between the molecules. Okay, so when you have to deform this, you have to apply a force which is greater than the molecular forces of attraction, H2O. Okay, and there is one more resistance because of this ground material which is coming in contact with this water, that is the frictional resistance. So this is within the material, so that is the force of attraction between same type of molecules, which is called as cohesive force of attraction. Here the resistance is viscous resistance, and in between these two the resistance is frictional resistance. That's the difference between viscous resistance and frictional resistance. So in short, you can understand viscosity as stickiness. So more viscous means more stickiness. So I have to apply more force in order to bring the liquid in motion. So this property, viscosity, it depends on temperature. So it depends on temperature because the forces of attraction between molecules changes with the change of temperature. So it depends on temperature. How it depends on temperature? For liquids, if temperature is increased, viscosity decreases, because what will happen is the force of attraction between molecules reduces, the bond reduces. So if the temperature is increased, the stickiness will reduce, therefore the viscosity will also be reduced. So now if you work for an oil and gas industry as a mechanical engineer, so what is the best time to pump the oil? So best time will be afternoons, because in afternoon you will have more temperature. So when the temperature is increased temperature, with minimum force you can pull out the oil. So in the same case, let's take one more example for gases. For gases, if temperature is increased, viscosity also increases, because when the temperature is increased, there will be exchange of energy between those molecules of gases. So there will be exchange of momentum, because of which the cohesive force of attraction between the molecules of gases will increase. Therefore you will have more stickiness, and therefore high viscosity will be there in gases. So this property in short is called as stickiness. So more viscous means more stickiness, so more force has to be applied to bring the liquid in motion. Next property is, okay, you have a law for this which was given by Newton. So there is a law called as Newton's law of viscosity. The Newton's law of viscosity states that shear stress in a fluid element is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. Very important. This has been asked a number of times for short answers in the exam. What is defined Newton's law of viscosity? The shear stress in a fluid element layer is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. So we will denote shear stress with symbol tau, and rate of shear strain is the change of deformation with respect to displacement. Okay, this derivation is not important, you will have to remember the formula. So if I remove the proportionality symbol, I will get a constant. So in this case, constant is mu. Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. This is called as Newton's law of viscosity. This is very, very important. Number of times problems can also be asked on this. So define Newton's law of viscosity means the shear stress in a fluid element layer is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. So that's the formula for Newton's law of viscosity, where tau is called as shear stress, mu is called as dynamic viscosity or coefficient of viscosity. And du is called as change in velocity, dy is thickness, du by dy together one term is called as velocity gradient, or rate of shear strain. Okay, so you'll have to remember this formula. There are very less formulas in fluid mechanics. This is one of the formulas which we'll be using for solving problems. Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. Whenever you come across a term called as viscosity for problems, just go for this formula. Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. Okay, so the next concept is about kinematic viscosity. Yes. The next is kinematic viscosity. It is the ratio of dynamic viscosity to the density. So dynamic viscosity is denoted by mu and density is denoted by rho. So the SI unit is meter square per second. Sorry. So what will be the CGS unit? CGS means in place of meters you will be having centimeter. So centimeter square per second. This centimeter square per second is also called as Stokes. Okay, this is very important because number of times in the question he will give you in terms of CGS units. You have to convert because we will be solving problems in terms of SI unit. So in terms of SI unit it will. Okay, let's get started with the core problems of fluid mechanics. So this is a problem based on Newton's law of viscosity. How can I identify that this question is based on Newton's law of viscosity? Because that question, that thing, viscosity will be given in the question. So with the help of that you can identify that this problem is on Newton's law of viscosity. So before starting problems I will give you some basics about how to solve problems. So first step to solve any problem is to convert the given problem in terms of SI units. So for converting those units in terms of SI units, there are few things you will have to remember, which are very basic things and which will help you to convert the units in terms of SI unit. So first is, what is the value of milli? Milli means 10 power minus 3. So whenever you come across such word milli, I will substitute that with 10 power minus 3 because milli means 10 power minus 3. If I have centi, I will write down 10 power minus 2 because centi means 10 power minus 2. Micro means 10 power minus 6. Apart from this, we have got bigger values such as kilo, like we say kilogram, kilonewton, 2K19 like 2019. So kilo means 1000, which means 10 power 3. Next we have mega means 10 power 6, giga means 10 power 9. Okay, apart from this there is one important thing which is the unit of pressure or unit of stress which is called as Pascal. Pascal is Newton per meter square. Okay, Pascal means Newton per meter square. Okay, what is Newton's law of viscosity formula? Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. So you have to check what are the terms of these, what are the terms given in the question with the help of units that has been given in the question. So first is tau, which is called as shear stress, which is shear stress. There are only two types of formulas in unit 1. One is the problems based on this formula and one is the problems based on pressure measurement. There are only two types of formulas, and if you remember these two formulas, it will be very easy for you all to solve any problem from unit 1 which can be asked in the final exam. Okay, so first is shear stress, tau. So the SI unit of shear stress is Newton per meter square, which is also called as Pascal. Next is mu, which is called as viscosity or dynamic viscosity. The SI unit is Newton by meter square into second. So this Newton per meter square can also be written as Pascal. So I can say Pascal into second. So the next is du term. Du is velocity. Velocity unit, we all know that velocity unit is meter per second. Okay, this is viscosity. Next is dy. Dy is called as thickness. So this is usually distance. Thickness is distance. So distance unit is meter. And this du by dy is velocity by thickness, that is called as velocity gradient. So meter by second by meter, so that will become per second, 1 by second. Okay, sometimes called as per second also. So with the help of units you have to identify what has been given in the question. Okay, so in this question we will read out the question. For conversions you have to remember only these things. I will use only these simple things to do the conversions. So first I will read out the question. two horizontal plates 1.25 centimeter. Okay, which of these values has been given in the question? Centimeter, what could be this? So this could be dy, because dy SI unit is meter. I can convert centimeter in terms of meter. So what is given in the question? So given dy is equals to 1.25 centimeter. So what is centi? I know centi means 10 power minus 2. So in place of centi, I will write down 10 power minus 2. So 1.25 in place of centi, I am writing 10 power minus 2 meter. Okay. Next, 1.25 centimeter apart, and the space between them is filled with oil of viscosity 14 poise. Okay. One simple conversion. There is also one more conversion apart from this. 1 poise is equals to 1 by 10 Pascal second. Okay, for this one. So poise has been given in the question. Mu value, viscosity is given in the question, which is denoted by mu, which is 14 poise. So what is poise? 1 by 10 Pascal second. So 1 by 10, 14 into 1 by 10 Pascal second. Because poise is not my SI unit, Pascal is my SI unit. So 14 into 1 by 10 Pascal second, so that is 1.4 Pascal second. Pascal can also be written as Newton per meter square into second. So don't get confused here. Okay, 14 poise. Calculate the shear stress if the upper plate is moved with a velocity of 2.5 meters per second. How are we denoting velocity? du. Okay, so velocity is given in the question as du is equals to 2.5 meter per second. This question has been asked in the previous exams for 5 marks. Only 3-4 steps problem is there, but it has been asked for 5 marks. So whenever you have that word viscosity in the question, you have to understand that you have to use this formula, tau is equals to mu into du by dy, which is called as Newton's law of viscosity formula. Now we will substitute all the given things in this formula. So tau is given. Now tau we have to find out. Mu has been given in the question, that is 1.4 we got after converting into SI units, into du. Du is given as 2.5 and dy is 1.25 centimeter. After converting we got 1.25 into 10 power minus 2. So tau is coming out to be 280 Newton per meter square. You can solve this in the calculator, you will get 280. So tau answer is 280. What is the SI unit of tau? Newton per meter square, also Pascal. Okay, so this is the first question. Let's take one more problem from the textbook. If you don't have this textbook, please get this textbook issued from the library. Okay, so the name of the textbook is R.K. Bansal. R.K. Bansal. Fluid Mechanics and Hydraulic Machines by R.K. Bansal. Okay, so the next question is on page number 7. This question is on page number 7. A plate 0.025 mm. So dy value has been given as 0.025 mm. M means millimeters. Milli means I know what is milli? 10 power minus 3. So 0.025 into 10 power minus 3 meters. So I removed milli. In place of milli I wrote 10 power minus 3. Meter as it is, because meter is SI unit. Okay. Next, moves at 60 centimeter per second. What is this centimeter per second? Velocity. So 60 centimeter per second. What is centi? Centi is 10 power minus 2. So 60 into 10 power minus 2 meter per second. Meter per second is SI unit of velocity, not centimeter per second. Okay. So velocity is given in the question 60 centimeter per second. So with the help of units only I got to know that this is velocity. In the question he has not given that this is velocity. Okay, next requires a force of 2 Newton per meter square. This is stress, shear stress. 2 Newton per meter square has been given in the question. Shear stress value has been given. Determine the fluid viscosity between the plates. Viscosity, you have to find out the value of mu. Whenever you come across that word viscosity, you have to use only one formula. Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. After substituting in that formula, okay, I will write down the formula again here. Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. Okay, what is the value of tau? 2 is equals to mu. I have to find out the value of mu. So mu as it is into du. Du is 60 into 10 power minus 2 by dy. dy is 0.025 into 10 power minus 3. So from this you will get the value of mu, that is 2 into 0.025 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 60 into 10 power minus 2. Okay, this is coming out to be, you can solve this in the calculator, and this is coming out to be 8.33 into 10 power minus 5. So mu value is 8.33 into 10 power minus 5. Substitute this in the calculator and you will get this answer. So the unit is Newton per meter square into second. Okay, we'll take one more question. Okay, this is an important long answer question which we will be solving now. Calculate the dynamic viscosity of an oil. Okay, I'll have to write down this question. Okay, I'll read out the question. Calculate the dynamic viscosity of an oil which is used for lubrication between a square plate of size. Okay, there is a plate which is of size. Area of that plate is 0.8 meters into 0.8 meters. I am writing down the given data by reading the question. So there is a plate which has an area of 0.8 meter and 0.8 meter. And on an inclined plate with an angle of 30 degrees. This plate is on an inclined plane which is at an angle of 30 degrees. So this plate is not on a horizontal surface, this plate is on an inclined plane. So this inclined plane is at an angle of 30 degrees with the ground. So we have a plate on this, not on the ground. Okay. The weight of the plate is 300 newtons. Okay, the weight of this plate is given as 300 newtons. So this is what? Weight of plate. Next, and it slides down the inclined plate with a plane with a uniform velocity of 0.3 meter per second. So du value, which is velocity, we denote velocity with du. Du value is given as 0.3 meter per second. The thickness of oil film is 1.55 mm. Thickness dy is given as 1.5 mm. Okay, 1.5 mm. So this is the given data. So first we will check whether all the given data is in the form of SI unit. Okay, meters and meters, this is in the terms of SI unit. Newton is SI unit, meter, but this is millimeter. So milli means 10 power minus 3, so 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Okay, I will take the help of calculator to solve this problem. So there is a plate on this inclined plane. We have a plate here, but between this plate and this plane, there is oil. There is oil. And this plate is going down the inclined plane and there is oil in between that. So the thickness of this oil is The oil is of thickness 1.5 mm. What we have to find out? Okay, what we have to find out? Velocity gradient. Okay, is it velocity gradient? No, dynamic viscosity, mu. We have to find out mu, viscosity. If this plate is moving with a velocity of 0.3 meters per second, the weight of the plate is given in the question. So we know that weight always acts at the center and the direction of weight will be vertically downwards. Weight always acts at the center of any body and the weight always acts towards the gravity, because weight is because of gravity, it acts towards the gravity. So the weight of this plate is given as 300 Newton. Okay. Now since this is a problem on an inclined plane, I have to resolve this 300 Newton into two components. So this 300 Newton will have two components. One will be in this direction and one will be in this direction. Okay. Since this is given as 30 degrees, this, because this inclined with horizontal is 30 degrees, perpendicular to inclined with vertical will also be 30 degrees, alternate angles. These are called as alternate angles. So I can resolve this 300 into two components. One will be 300 cos 30 and one will be 300 sin 30. Okay, these things you have learned in engineering mechanics. When you have, wherever you have an angle, that side will be cos and the perpendicular side will be sin. Okay, so what is my Newton's law of viscosity formula? Tau is equals to mu into du by dy. This tau is called as shear stress, but there is also formula of shear stress. Shear stress is shear force by area. General formula of shear stress is shear force by area is equals to mu into du by dy. Which is shear force? Which is the force causing this plate to go in the downward direction. This force 300 sin 30 is responsible for this shear force, which is making it go in the downward direction. So shear force is 300 sin 30 by area. Area is given in the question, 0.8 into 0.8 is equals to mu. I have to calculate that mu into du. Du is 0.3 by dy. dy is 1.5 into 10 power minus 3. So from this we can calculate the value of mu. So mu will be 300 sin 30, just cross multiply, into 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 0.8 into 0.8 into 0.3. So you can solve this in the calculator and you can find out the answer, and that will come out to be 1.17 Newton by meter square into second. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you everyone. We will continue in the next class.